A little slower on the Gold Coast, not too many waves there, but at every other venue we really had great luck with the conditions, Potts.
Yeah, we did. It was definitely a cracker year for waves. Everywhere fired. This was, for me, France was special. I mean, for Jeremy to be the first Frenchman to win this event was nothing short of amazing. You know, the kid's done some damage in the past out there, but he stepped up. It was on another level. Tube riding like this, and to be the first Frenchman to do so was unbelievable.
And the crowd was monster. He got to celebrate at home. They sung the anthem at the presentation, and the party raged. Even though Portugal was just around the corner, he just had to celebrate.
And that 10 was the first wave of the final, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was incredible stuff.
Stephanie Gilmore, Bali, her finals showing was incredible. One of the most stylish rides I think we saw all year for a 10.
Yeah, I mean, this wave was incredible. You know, you save your best for last, and you don't always work. It doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah.
The best seem to be able to do it day in and day out. Steph Gilmore, what a legend. 7 world titles. Has she got any left in the tank? I reckon she's got a few more to go. But that wave was nothing short of amazing.
Love the way she slammed that oncoming section too. Steph just looking so strong as she finished off the year in great form as well with a victory over there in Maui. Let's now go to Tahiti, because it felt like Owen Wright, he'd had some magic moments, Barton, but this is where he fully had recovered from that devastating injury in 2015.
Yeah, certainly back to his very best, and he just stole this final in the dying minutes from Gabriel Medina. And it was one of those, look at the waves. The waves were on fire. God. It was dangerous, treacherous, life-threatening type of waves, and Owen was in his element.
He was more calculated, I think, as well, with that helmet on and coming back from the injury that he had. Everything made sense to me. I don't think he wiped out at all, and went on to take it off Medina, which would have been pretty special as well.
From one right straight into another here. Tyler Wright, we've missed her this year, and she's been out suffering from post-viral syndrome, but made her return in incredible form over there in Maui. And you know what? I think she looks even better now than she did when she won her last world title.
I totally agree with you. I think the style, just the cool, calm, collected Tyler Wright, she's going to be so dangerous next year. Talk about world title. I mean, a little bit of a wider stance, a little bit more easy, a little bit, I don't know what, but it just looks so beautiful.
Had her partner Alex there too. She was extremely happy about that, and she is going to be a major title contender when we kick off the 2020 season. Looking forward to seeing what she brings and how she tests her world title rivals. Gabriel Medina, he really got himself back in title contention with an incredible backhand display at J-Bay.
Well, and Italo set up this world title. He just won today with that final as well. Both those guys were incredible, and all Goofy's final. The swell just pumped into that final, didn't it? Just pushed and peaked and surged. That wave of Gabriel Medina towards the end of the final was one of those ones that just separated. But both these guys, two of the best backhand servers we have ever seen in the history of the sport. And this day they both put on a clinic, but Gabriel was just that little bit ahead, that little bit stronger, and that little bit fierier, and got the win. It was a great final.
And it set up a magic run through that midway part of the season. But Jack Robinson, he actually, despite the fact he wasn't a championship tour surfer, he played a part in that title race, came up against Felipe Toledo over there at the box, and put together one of the year's highest heat score totals.
You know what? One of the heaviest waves in the world, the box. It's so scary when you're taking off, you're looking straight onto dry reef. I mean, it's a wave of consequence. Jack Robinson looks so comfortable, so at home out there. Definitely the performance of that event. And that's what we're looking forward to next year. As you said, the QS doesn't really fit him. The CT is going to fit him down to T.
Italo found a home out there at the box as well. He rode one of our favourite waves from the year. His very first wave here at this venue.
That was my favourite wave of the year. It was so critical, so late, and no hands, look at this drop, and the way he just turned under that lip. He said he was actually at home practicing on his board, on the mattress.
On the bed, yeah.
Practicing to get it.
At 4 in the morning, his wife was trying to sleep, and he was practicing that exact move right there. That was his very first wave of the box. Had that been later in the day, that was a 10-point ride.
10 every day.
All day long, but because it was the first wave of the morning, it was really hard to give him a 10.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't know what was to come, but it was one of the performances that set up this day he's just had today.
And Kelly Slater just showing that he's still got what it takes. Pipe perfection in the early rounds. A special moment for Kelly. A 10-point ride, the 31st 10-point ride of his championship tour career.
Is that all?
Is that all?
4 sections on that one. You could just see them continually falling. He just kept pumping and driving. Here's from the start, super deep inside. There's the second, there's the third.
Yeah.
Here's the fourth, and he just continues to travel and then somehow makes it out the end.
I mean, Sean Thompson said when you're in the zone, you almost feel like you control the wave.
And time slows down.
Time slows down, and that's probably what happened there with Kelly. He just completely controlled that situation.
Yeah.
Carrisa Moore, what a return to form. A 4-time world champion now. She had some amazing moments throughout the year, but really was missing the wins.
Yeah.
But she clicked into gear at Jeffreys Bay and really did look at her best at the final event of the season.
I honestly believe when Carrisa Moore is on fire, she's unbeatable. I think, you know, if she can build that confidence to perform that way all the time, I reckon she could go up to 10 world titles. She is literally, in my eyes, unbeatable when she's in form.
I'm with you, Potts. That's how I feel. When she's at her best, watch out, because she could have as many world titles as she wants.
Yep.
And here, talk about as many world titles as someone wants. This guy could have a few too.
Yeah. Our number one moment, and for good reason. Italo chasing a maiden world title, but for the second year in a row, we've watched number 1 and 2 on the Jeep leaderboard in the final event of the season, but this one decided our world champion.
You know what? We don't get the Cinderella story very often, you know, as far as number 1 and 2 going at it, and the best guy wins everything. And Italo Ferreira wanted it. I mean, he controlled the beginning of the heat, he controlled the middle of the heat, he controlled the end of the heat. He applied pressure on Gabriel Medina where no one could.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to go a long way for Italo Ferreira moving forward. He's going to be tough to beat next year with the confidence that he's got now, believing that he is the best in the world. That's all he needed. I reckon, as you said, BL, many more world titles coming his way.
And when you saw that moment of the emotion came to him, it told you how much it meant to him. You know, people play it down, don't they? Go, you know, keep it all cool and under wraps.
Did you cry when you won? Did you cry when you won?
No, I don't think I cried, no. I was just more relieved. I was like, oh my gosh, I won. But, you know, to see the tears and see the emotion, you could truly tell how much it means to this young man
100%.
to have won today.